You're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network, the home of Beacon Athletics.
Now Edwards pushing the pace, wide open, he throws it down with 2 hands! Jackson Edwards!
Wow, a big impact play to early in the game. You love to see the fans getting on their feet for that one.
From the last-second touchdown to the game-winning home run play, the Valpo Sports Radio Network brings you every game for the Beacons.
Swistek a tap over. Point Valpo! Valpo wins! Ring the bell! You betcha! Valpo's gonna win this one 3-0.
On air at 95.1 FM and streaming live at WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are live at Woodling Gymnasium on the campus of Cleveland State University for today's women's basketball non-conference tournament matchup featuring the 0-5 Valparaiso Beacons, who are coached by Courtney Boyd, who is in her first season as head coach of the Beacons, and the 4-3 Radford Highlanders, who are coached by Mike McGuire, who is in his 13th season as the head coach of the Highlanders. Hello once again, everyone. I'm Eli Conklin, and we are about 15 minutes away from tip-off. And now we start with the UChicago Medicine Women's Basketball pregame show here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network, WVUR, The Source 95.1 FM. Let's start by discussing the Beacons' last game against South Dakota. Valpo returned to the road last Friday at South Dakota, falling by an 85-44 final. Fiona Conley paced the Beacons with 16 points, while it was a homecoming for South Dakota natives Isabella Anderson and Bella Swedland, who each made their mark in the points column in the loss. We would like to remind you that the UChicago Medicine Valpo Women's Basketball pregame show is brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint, Royal Excursion, Pepsi, Wings Etc., Compass Counseling, Indiana Beverage, UChicago Medicine, Papa John's, IBAW, and the Credit Union 1 Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Tournament. Once again, you're listening to the Valpo Women's Basketball pregame show. Let's talk about some of our key takeaways from the Beacons game against South Dakota. It was a rough one. It's been a difficult start to the season for the Beacons. They've spent 4 out of their first 5 games on the road, and those games they've all lost by 30 or more. It's been a difficult time on the road for the Beacons. In South Dakota, they shot just 26% overall, 44% from the free throw line, and just 9%. That's 2 of 22 from three-point range. It was really just a poor shooting day for the Beacons. They turned the ball over a good amount in the first half, cleaned it up in the second half, but still 19 turnovers. It's something that they're continuing to work on cleaning up. It's not as bad as the 35 they had in the season opener against DePaul, but still something to work on, and South Dakota never looked back, shooting 71% of the free throw line, making 17 of those, and then just pounding it inside to get 33 of 75. That's 44% overall field goals. Going over the series between these two teams, there is none. This is the first meeting between the two teams. This is only the second time in Valpo history that the Beacons have faced a Big South opponent, and it's the first since that other meeting, which was a December 3rd, 2017 win at Longwood. And when we return, we will talk more about the Beacons and the Highlanders, keys to the game, the starting lineups, and the tip-off of this contest will follow after. So stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Valpo Beacons basketball here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Yo, this is your cup holder talking, the little round thing between your car seats. Now, I normally have a nice cold bottle of Mountain Dew in me, but at the moment, I'm empty. That's right, no Mountain Dew. Nothing in here but a couple of quarters and a dime. A fully capable cup holder like me just carrying your loose change? Look, I'm not made for loose change. I'm made to keep Mountain Dew within reach at all times, just inches from your hand. So find the store already, grab some Dew, toss it back, then place that bottle where it belongs. Mountain Dew. Do the Dew.
The Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Tournament has been the stage for fast breaks, legends, and the crowning of champions. With nearly 4 decades of thrills and excitement, the postseason starts here. The 2026 Credit Union 1 MVC Tournament, presented by Grinnell Mutual Insurance and Great Southern Bank, moves to Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, March 12th through the 15th. Celebrate 40 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets at MVCWomen'sHoops.com.
Feeling lost and overwhelmed? Let the compassionate and dedicated therapists at Compass Counseling of Northwest Indiana be your guide. With convenient locations in Valparaiso and Merrillville, we offer daytime, evening, and weekend appointments to meet your needs. Call us today at 219-286-3605 or visit us on the web at compasscounselingnwi.com. Compass Counseling of Northwest Indiana, proud to be the official mental health partner of your Valparaiso Beacons.
When you need trusted electrical professionals, who do you turn to? Powering America's team of NECA and IBEW contractors can help. All of our electricians have 10,000 hours of on-the-job and classroom training to ensure the safety of your home or business electrical system. Licensed, bonded, and insured, drug-tested, and background checked. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org for a complete list of contractors, experts in residential, commercial, industrial, voice, data, video, and renewable energy projects. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org. Safely powering Northwest Indiana.
At Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute, patients receive world-class care delivered by physicians with small-town heart. Our doctors have been trained by some of the best in the world, and they are proud to provide the communities where they live with the very best orthopedic care. Visit one of our 6 Northwest Indiana locations. Request your appointment today by going to www.lbji.com.
Sit back and relax with Royal Excursion. We are celebrating 20 years of serving the Michiana area with reliable transportation for any occasion. Travel in comfort and style for weddings, team events, parties, winery tours, and day trips to Chicago. The opportunities are endless. Journey with Royal Excursion and create memories along the way.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
We are back here in Cleveland. I'm Eli Conklin, and we will continue our U Chicago Medicine women's basketball pregame show here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Let's look into the Valley and some of this week's games, which are brought to you by IBEW, the Powering America team of Northwest Indiana. Today, 6 Valley teams in action. Belmont was the first as they dropped a 76-66 decision to McNeese in the consolation game of the Baja Mar Pink Flamingo Championship. Down in Puerto Rico, Illinois State blew a fourth quarter lead and then blew an overtime lead as they lost to Rice 75-72. Down in Nashville, the Music City Classic, it's 20-20 at the end of the first, Drake and Northern Kentucky. Radford and Valpo getting underway in about 6 minutes now here in Cleveland at the Cleveland State Invitational. Northern Arizona against Northern Iowa at the UNLV Thanksgiving Turkey Tip-Off at 5:30. That's Eastern Time, so 4:30 Central Time. And then at 5:45 Central, Arkansas will take on Valley member Southern Illinois, also in that Music City Classic. As you could tell, plenty of Thanksgiving week tournaments. It's feast week. It's a great time for college basketball. And we are here in Cleveland for the Cleveland State Invitational presented by Holiday Inn Cleveland Clinic. Valparaiso, Radford taking the court first, and then Cleveland State and St. Bonaventure will have the nightcap at 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central, and then each of those teams will play the others as we continue throughout the week. These conference standings now are brought to you by U Chicago Medicine. Illinois State dropping to 4-2 with their loss versus Rice, but they still lead the Valley. Bradley and Murray State are at 3-2, tied for second. Then Indiana State and UIC tied for fourth at 3-3. Belmont in sixth at 3-4. UNI and Southern Illinois tied at 1-3. That's in seventh place. In ninth place, it's Drake at 1-4. And then Evansville in 10th with 1-5. And Valpo, the only Valley team yet to have a win, although they have had arguably the hardest schedule of the lot. We will be back in about 2 minutes. The national anthem will be coming up soon, and the starting lineups will be coming up with some keys to the game after that. So stay tuned to the Valpo Sports Radio Network here, back in 60 seconds from Van Wagner.
It's game time, and Wings Etc. has all the great food, refreshment, and big screen live action you crave. And when you can't watch here, change the game plan and take it on the road. Order for fast, convenient carry-out with the Wings Rewards app and earn points towards free food on every purchase. Go get some at your local Wings Etc. or bring it to your watch party.
Wings Etc. Grill and Pub, 501 Silhavy in Valparaiso. Online at wingsetc.com.
Have you or a loved one been putting off making an appointment to address an orthopedic issue? Stop living with limited mobility or pain and be seen by one of our highly trained orthopedic experts with no appointment needed. For orthopedic emergencies, we offer walk-in orthopedic urgent care to treat patients who are suffering from acute bone, joint, and muscle injuries. To get back to the activities you love, visit one of our 3 orthopedic urgent care locations. To learn more, visit lbjiurgentcare.com.
Sit back and relax with Royal Excursion. We are celebrating 20 years of serving the Michiana area with reliable transportation for any occasion. Travel in comfort and style for weddings, team events, parties, winery tours, and day trips to Chicago. The opportunities are endless. Journey with Royal Excursion and create memories along the way.
The Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Tournament has been the stage for fast breaks, legends, and the crowning of champions. With nearly 4 decades of thrills and excitement, the postseason starts here. The 2026 Credit Union One MVC Tournament, presented by Grinnell Mutual Insurance and Great Southern Bank, moves to Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, March 12th through the 15th. Celebrate 40 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets at MVCWomen'sHoops.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Back here in Cleveland, we are just a few minutes away from the opening tip between Valpo and Radford, and now we will go over tonight's starting lineup sponsored by UChicago Medicine. Schedule an appointment today at uchicago.medicine.org. First, let's start with technically the visiting team on the scoreboard, even though this is a neutral site game, the Radford Highlanders. This is going to be the first time that they've tried out this lineup this year. They've been experimenting throughout the year, so a new 5 for them. At the point guard position, it's a 5'6" junior guard from Leesburg, Virginia, number 4, Joy Williams. Then at the shooting guard position, a 6'1" freshman from Fairfax, Virginia, number 23, Georgia Simonson. At the small forward position, it's a 6'1" sophomore from Round Hill, Virginia, number 32, Angelina Knight. She's their leading scorer at 10 points a game. Then in the power forward position, a 5'10" grad student from Bardstown, Kentucky, transfer from Northern Kentucky, number 33, Ellie Taylor. And at the center position, a 6-foot junior from Odenton, Maryland, transfer from Towson, number 44, Anaya Jenkins. And now for what is technically the home team on the scoreboard, your Valparaiso Beacons. Starting off with, as they will have 3 point guard-esque players as they have throughout the season, starting with the 5'8" senior guard, transfer from LaSalle, originally from South Burlington, Vermont, number 4, Fiona Conley. Moore Shabtai, a 5'4" sophomore guard from Tel Aviv, Israel. She will also be out there playing a bit of the point. Michaela Huffine, a 5'4" redshirt junior guard, transfer from Quincy. And she's that 3rd of the 3 point guards. Then in the center position, it'll be a 6'3" redshirt junior freshman, transfer from Idaho State and Maine, number 21, Milana Ninadic. And rounding out the 5 at that power forward position, who will pop out and shoot a bunch as well, a 6-foot junior from Royalton, Minnesota, number 33, Kylie Wojtaszek. It's the same 5 that Valpo has had all year long, and they will try to eke out win number 1 here in Cleveland as they take on Radford. We are moments away from the national anthem, and we will step aside here from Van Wagner. This is the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Is your cup holder talking? The little round thing between your car seats? Now, I normally have a nice cold bottle of Mountain Dew in me, but at the moment, I'm empty. That's right, no Mountain Dew. Nothing in here but a couple of quarters and a dime. A fully capable cup holder like me just carrying your loose change? Look, I'm not made for loose change. I'm made to keep Mountain Dew within reach at all times, just inches from your hand. So find a store already, grab some Dew, toss it back, then place that bottle where it belongs. Mountain Dew. Do the Dew.
The Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Tournament has been the stage for fast breaks, legends, and the crowning of champions. With nearly 4 decades of thrills and excitement, the postseason starts here. The 2026 Credit Union One MVC Tournament, presented by Grinnell Mutual Insurance and Great Southern Bank, moves to Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, March 12th through the 15th. Celebrate 40 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets at MVCWomen'sHoops.com.
Feeling lost and overwhelmed? Let the compassionate and dedicated therapists at Compass Counseling of Northwest Indiana be your guide. With convenient locations in Valparaiso and Merrillville, we offer daytime, evening, and weekend appointments to meet your needs. Call us today at 219-286-3605 or visit us on the web at compasscounselingnwi.com. Compass Counseling of Northwest Indiana, proud to be the official mental health partner of your Valparaiso Beacons.
At Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute, patients receive world-class care delivered by physicians with small-town heart. Our doctors have been trained by some of the best in the world, and they are proud to provide the communities where they live with the very best orthopedic care. Visit one of our 6 Northwest Indiana locations. Request your appointment today by going to www.lbji.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Back here in Cleveland, we are just moments away from tip-off as the starting lineups are being announced, first for Radford and then for Valpo, and we're going to take this time to go over some keys to the game, which are sponsored by Royal Excursion, the travel partner of Valparaiso Athletics. Starting with Valpo, they got to win the turnover battle. That's something that has been a problem for them all year. We've talked about how they've been starting to decrease those number of turnovers, but still definitely the biggest problem in their offense, which has really struggled this year, only 52.6 points per game so far. They really got to step that up and try to take care of the ball, try to get a positive assist to turnover ratio. That's something that Courtney Boyd talks about a lot. And then they got to get contributions from freshmen. Alia von Schlegel and Autumn Dibb were great in Valpo's lone home game against Milwaukee. They both had some very good games. Alia with 15 points and Autumn Dibb with 7.7 rebounds. Can they get some contributions from their young players today here in Cleveland? And for Radford, they got a rebound. They are currently worse rebounding than Valpo even. They are near the bottom of the country at just 36.9 rebounds per game. Valpo's at 38.8. So if Radford's going to win this game, you'd imagine that they're going to need to out-rebound Valpo, and they need to continue their balanced scoring. It's something that's been very good for Radford throughout the year. Their leading scorer is Angelina Nice at 10 points per game, and that's it, but plenty of scores in that 6 to 8 point range. Joy Williams at 8.7 points a game, Kate Carlson 6.4, Adeline Traylor-Walker 5.1, Georgia Simonson 7.6, Ellie Taylor 6.1, and Anaya Jenkins 6.6. So the scoring can come really from anywhere for Radford, and so we'll have to see if they can continue to do that. And we would like to remind you that the U Chicago Medicine Valpo basketball pregame show is brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint, Royal Excursion, Pepsi, Wings Etc., Compass Counseling, Indiana Beverage, U Chicago Medicine, Papa John's, and IBEW. Valpo's wearing their white uniforms in tonight's competition. Got a little bit of black and gold trim on them as well, and Radford wearing their red uniforms with a little bit of navy blue and white lettering today. Valpo is going to be starting going right to left from our angle, or rather near to far, as we are situated behind the Valpo basket. So it'll be a bit of a difficulty seeing the baseline when the ball gets over here, so you have to bear with us. But Valpo going right to left, Radford going left to right. The officials for tonight's game: Colleen Thompson, Chris Oakes, and Nathan Baker. They are a crew from the Mid-American Conference, so a neutral officiating crew for this game between the Valley member Valpo and the Big South member Radford. Just the second time that Valpo has played a member of the Big South, and the first time that they will square off against Longwood. Milana Nenadic getting ready with Georgia Simonson for the tip. It's tipped away and eventually going to be corralled by Joy Williams in the backcourt for Radford, and they will have the ball first. She works to her right, passes it to Angelina Nice, guarded by Conley on the right wing. She's going to drive. Now she's going to hand it off to Jenkins. She's going to go up. That's no good. Rebound Nenadic. So first possession stop for Valpo. Quickly up ahead. Conley's going to pop a three from the left wing, and she's going to hit. Valpo's on the board first. Fiona Conley. A quick shot from the left wing, and it's 3-0 Valpo. Williams swinging all the way around now to Simonson on the left wing. Dump off to Ellie Taylor. She's going to try to drive middle. Now she's going to pop up. She's in a double team working on Shabtai. She's going to turn, she's going to go up, and she's going to be short. And another rebound by Nenadic. And quickly cleared ahead to Huffine, who's going to go slow things down, looking for someone, gets it off to Shabtai on the right wing. She's going to drive middle. Now Conley's going to think about a three on the left wing again, and this one is going to be short. Trying to make it 6-0 early. I like the confidence from Conley. Now driving the lane is Taylor. She's going to be fouled as she drove on both Nenadic and Shabtai. We'll see who is called for that foul. It is going to be on Nenadic. So Radford will get a chance to put their first points up from the free throw line as Taylor will go to the line. She's 10 of 15 on the year, grad student, transfer from Northern Kentucky. This is her 6th season of college basketball, redshirted due to injury in 24 to 25. First one is up, and that is short. It stays 3-0. A member of the Horizon League Academic Honor Roll in her time at Northern Kentucky. Takes a deep breath, and free throw number 2 on the way. And that one's good. So Radford on the board. 3-1 Valpo. 8:55 to go in the first. Huffine takes it up. No pressure yet from Radford. Shabtai sets a screen. Now she gets it back, and it's loose, but it'll be picked up by Conley on the left wing. She thinks about driving middle and hands it out. Kylie Wojtaszek is going to launch a three from the right wing, and that is long. Long rebound to Jenkins. She clears it up quickly to Williams. Right back to Jenkins, swung around. Now back to Jenkins, and here is Simonson thinking about the three. She's going to go in on Nenadic, and she's going to go up. Strong turnaround, and it is going to be good off glass. Decent defense from Nenadic, but a good move by Taylor. And now it's a bad pass from Huffine off the knee of Wojtaszek, stolen away by Jenkins. Up quickly, and it will be a nice, easy lay-in for Georgia Simonson. 5-3 Radford after the early 3-0 Valpo start. 8 minutes to go in the first. Huffine thought she had Shabtai. Now this one's going to be nearly poked away, but right back to Huffine. Shabtai now on the right wing. She's working back middle, kicks it to Conley. Left wing, she's already taken 2 threes from there, but she's going to drive. Now back to Huffine. Huffine thinks about the three, will drive. Needs help, 10. Now going into Conley, she's going to go up and gets it to go. A lot of contact, no call. Conley finishes it anyway. Tied at 5, 7.5 minutes to go in the first. Williams bounce pass in to Simonson. She's going to hand it off to Nice, and now she's going to try to drive the lane on Conley. She's going to go up, and that's going to be in and out, and rebounded by Nenadic, and gets it to Conley. Valpo a chance to take the lead again. Hand off to Huffine, working back middle. Swing to Conley on the left wing where she's been much of the night. Feed inside to Nenadic is too long, and it'll be Valpo's second turnover already. 3 subs coming in for Valpo. It's Alia von Schlegel, Cam Winch, and Kayla Preston in for the first time. Nenadic, Shabtai, and Wojtaszek go out. Little trap pressure in the backcourt for Valpo doesn't work though, and quickly now it is Taylor kicking into the corner. 3 on the way for Nice. It's long. Rebound on the weak side by Conley. Huffine tries to drive the right side. She's going to be stopped there by Nice, and now she's going to kick it out. Von Schlegel's going to take a deep 3. That's no good. Rebound is going to be kept alive by Winch. She's going to go up. That's no good. She's going to get a third chance. She's going to go up. This time she finishes. Cam Winch, 2 rebounds. She is very good at the rebounds, and she's got 2 on that first possession offensively of the day for her. Here is Jenkins, top of the key, 7-5 Valpo. Now Williams driving. She goes in, loses it, gets it. Loose ball on the floor, and apparently it's going to stay here. I have no idea because the baseline is directly under us, but out of bounds off Valpo. Shabtai is going to go out, or come back in, and Huffine's going to go out. 6:23 to go in the first. Valpo 7, Radford 5. Inbound to Jenkins. Now hands it off to Taylor, who will drive middle. Now she's stopped, gets it all the way back out to Williams. That's a deep 3 on the way. That's short, and rebounded by Winch. Shabtai quickly. Deep pass into Preston. That's way too high. And so that is going to be another turnover as Radford will make their first change as Kira Dandridge is going to come in and Jenkins will go out. Dandridge, a 5'10 senior from Richmond, Virginia, transfer from St. Bonaventure, who she will play on Friday as part of this tournament. She has the ball, driving to her left. Now handoff to Williams, top of the key. She drives the paint. She goes in on Winch, and it's good defense from Winch, and it will be out off Williams. And Valpo ball. I believe that's going to be called a shot. Nowhere near the hoop. Valpo will try to extend their lead to 2 possessions. Shabtai working to her right. Hands it off to Preston. She's going to drive middle. Conley's got a little bit of room. She's going to go up. She's going to be fouled. So that's a good take from Conley. She's already got 5 points, and that's a strong, confident take from her to get 2 shots. Now as KK Sullivan's going to check in. Will be for Conley, so not yet. Conley on the season, the leading scorer for Valpo at 11.6 points per game. She makes the first. Comes into the game shooting just 56% from the free throw line, 9 of 16. Second one on the way. That one's good, so well above her average there. As Sullivan will check in and Conley will get a break. 9-5 Valpo, 5:39 to go in the first. A little token pressure from Shabtai on Williams. Now she'll get top of the key for Simonson, guarded by Winch. She's going to try to drive. She's going to go right by, dump off into the corner. Now swung top of the key. Williams is going to shoot a 3, and that is short and off glass eventually, and good. Took a big high bounce off the front of the rim, and then off the backboard and in. So 9-8, first 3 made by Radford. It's from Joy Williams. Kick to the corner, Sullivan fakes the 3. She's going to drive middle. Now Preston gets the handoff. She is stopped, and now Shabtai. It's going to be an over and back as the pass was wayward beyond Shabtai, chased after it, but no touch from Radford, so another turnover from Valpo. Kate Carlson comes in for Radford as Taylor goes out. Williams playing the point. Third best career three-point shooter in Radford history. Gets the handoff. She thinks about the 3 again. Drives right, gets the screen from Simonson. Now back to Nice. Nice top of the key. Here's Simonson along 2. That's good. Radford back in the lead, 10-9. Under 5 minutes to play in the first. Shabtai to her right. Hands it off for Von Schlegel. Top of the key now, Preston. Right back to Von Schlegel. High pass, but was able to corral it. Inside feed to Winch is too strong and stolen away by Nice. She's going one-on-one with Preston, and she will be stopped eventually and gets it to Carlson. She's going to drive. Here is Nice. Top of the key for Williams. Back to Nice. Guarded by Preston. Gets the handoff. Now she's going to drive in. Stopped by Preston, and it's going to be long on the shot. Von Schlegel with the rebound. She's driving to drive middle. She's going to go in. She's stopped. Kicks it back out to Preston on the left wing. She drives to her right. Now kick to KK Sullivan in the right corner. She's going to try a 3, and that's way off right. And rebound to Carlson. Good fake there, and going up easy too. That's a great move from Simonson. Got Winch off her feet. That's an easy finish in the end. 12-9 Radford. Shabtai on the right wing. Plenty of subs going to come in after the media timeout. Winch, top of the key, looking for someone. Now she dribbles left. Here's Shabtai, going to drive from the left corner. Now she stops. Sullivan's going to launch another 3. This one's way short. She's going to get the long rebound, though. She's going to kick it to Winch. She's going to go in. She's going to turn. She's going to go up, and no good long. Rebound by Dandridge. She's going to drive in. Now kick out to Williams on the left wing. In and out. Rebound by Winch. She's got 4 already. Long passage of play without a stoppage. Williams, going in is Sullivan, and she's going to be fouled. Good take from KK Sullivan. She'll have 2 free throws coming after the media timeout. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Your score, Radford 12, Valpo 9. We will be back in 60 seconds from Van Wagner. This is the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Feeling lost and overwhelmed? Let the compassionate and dedicated therapists at Compass Counseling of Northwest Indiana be your guide. With convenient locations in Valparaiso and Merrillville, we offer daytime, evening, and weekend appointments to meet your needs. Call us today at 219-286-3605 or visit us on the web at compasscounselingnwi.com. Compass Counseling of Northwest Indiana, proud to be the official mental health partner of your Valparaiso Beacons.
Sit back and relax with Royal Excursion. We are celebrating 20 years of serving the Michiana area with reliable transportation for any occasion. Travel in comfort and style for weddings, team events, parties, winery tours, and day trips to Chicago. The opportunities are endless. Journey with Royal Excursion and create memories along the way.
Have you or a loved one been putting off making an appointment to address an orthopedic issue? Stop living with limited mobility or pain and be seen by one of our highly trained orthopedic experts with no appointment needed. For orthopedic emergencies, we offer walk-in orthopedic urgent care to treat patients who are suffering from acute bone, joint, and muscle injuries. To get back to the activities you love, visit one of our 3 orthopedic urgent care locations. To learn more, visit lbjiurgentcare.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Back here at Woodling Gym here in Cleveland, Ohio. First quarter underway, 3 minutes to go in the first period. Radford leads Valpo 12-9, but KK Sullivan will have 2 shots coming from the line when we return to action. Taking a look at a couple stats so far. Cam Wynn, she's got 4 rebounds so far. She's been effective defensively on the boards and offensively for Valpo. But it's Fiona Conley who leads in points with 7 out of Valpo's 9. For Radford, they've been a little bit more balanced 4 scores. And Georgia Simonson, though, leads with a perfect 4 of 4 from the field. She's got 8 points to lead the Highlanders. Sullivan's going to have 2 shots when we come back as they line up now. Radford's 5 on the floor. It's Dandridge Ava Sawi in for the first time, and then Anna Stromberg as well. Cherish Haywood, a bunch of players making their first appearance of the contest. Sullivan's first is good. She is 3 of 3 now on the year. Autumn Dibb checks in for the first time for Valpo. Nenadich comes back in. Conley, Huffine as well. Second one is good for Sullivan, and now she'll check out for Kylie Watoshik. It's a 1-point game in favor of Radford, 12-11. 3 minutes to go in the first. Kate Carlson, the other Highlander in. So a bench squad for the Highlanders, but mostly for Valpo as well. Here is Carlson, top of the key, feeding inside to Stromberg. She's face guarded by Nenadich. Gets the screen from her. Now she's going to go up, and it is no good, but kept alive by Stromberg. Misses the point bank layup. And it will be a foul on Autumn Dibb on the rebound. Again, happening right on the baseline where we have no view. Second team foul for Valpo. It's on the floor, though. Inbound is on the left wing, now swung to the top of the key. Driving is Dandridge. She's cut off, nearly lost her dribble, but keeps it alive. Now in the right corner, driving on Watoshik. She's going to be stopped. She's going to go up, and oh, that's a nice finish with the right hand up and under the arms of Watoshik. 14-11, Radford. Huffine on the right wing. Feed inside to Nenadich. She's going to drive. She's going to be stopped. She's going to turn around, hook shot off glass, way too strong. And rebound by Stromberg. Probably not the shot that Courtney Boyd wanted, as she's going to go talk immediately to her bench. Here is Dandridge in the left corner, now top of the key for Sawi. Feed inside for Stromberg. Let's see, she goes again. No, it's a handoff to Sawi. Cut off by Huffine. Kick back to the top of the key. Tight guarding by Dibb. Now she's going to drive right, handoff to Carlson. 3 on the way. That's an air ball, and that's going to go out of bounds to Valpo. It was a pretty quick offensive start both ways. Slowed down now. It's 14-11. 1:40 to go in the first. Huffine looking for Nenadich, and it's going to be a turnover tipped originally by Sawi, and then Nenadich ran after it and tipped it out of bounds. So another turnover. Valpo has been struggling with those early. That's Turnover number 6 already in the first quarter. Sawi on the right wing. Gets the screen from Carlson, now gives it to her. 3 on the way. That's good. Kate Carlson, she's just a 19% three-point shooter, but she hits that one. It's 17-11 Radford. Huffine, hand off to Wojtaszek. Bobbles it, now gets it to Conley. On the left wing, she's going to drive, and she's going to be driving in on Dandridge. Still working, turns, and she is fouled. It's going to be on Cherish Haywood coming from behind. Von Schlegel comes back in, and Kylie Wojtaszek goes out. Foul called on the floor. Huffine inbound. Looking for someone, long inbound to Von Schlegel. 20 to shoot after that foul. Hand off to Conley on the right wing. She's driving, cut off. Great defense from Dandridge. Now she's going to hand it off to Nenadic. She goes in, and she's going to get the friendly roll off glass and then hangs on the rim and goes in. 17-13, Nenadic gets her first points of the day. Sawi, now top of the key for Stromberg. She's going to try to drive again. Now she's going to pick up her dribble, hand it off to Dandridge. Now left wing for Sawi. Feed inside to Stromberg. Working on Nenadic. Good turn, and that's going to be good shot off glass and in. Huffine quickly ahead to Von Schlegel. Plenty of time to shoot this 3, and that is rattles in and out. That was halfway down, and a rebound to Haywood. Radford can hold for the last shot. 12 to shoot, no pressure from Von Schlegel. Now passes to Haywood, driving on Von Schlegel. She's cut off, she's going to turn around, and that is going to be no good. Rebound, though, by Stromberg. She goes back up and in, and that's going to be how we finish the first quarter. That's a bit of a run that Valpo will wish they had not given up. It was close throughout, and then a little 5-0 run there at the end. And it's 21-13 Radford. We will be back to talk about it in 60 seconds from Van Wagner. This is the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
When you need trusted electrical professionals, who do you turn to? Powering America's team of NECA and IBEW contractors can help. All of our electricians have 10,000 hours of on-the-job and classroom training to ensure the safety of your home or business electrical system. Licensed, bonded, and insured, drug-tested, and background checked. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org for a complete list of contractors, experts in residential, commercial, industrial, voice, data, video, and renewable energy projects. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org. Safely powering Northwest Indiana.
At Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute, patients receive world-class care delivered by physicians with small-town heart. Our doctors have been trained by some of the best in the world, and they are proud to provide the communities where they live with the very best orthopedic care. Visit one of our 6 Northwest Indiana locations. Request your appointment today by going to www.lbji.com.
Sit back and relax with Royal Excursion. We are celebrating 20 years of serving the Michiana area with reliable transportation for any occasion. Travel in comfort and style for weddings, team events, parties, winery tours, and day trips to Chicago. The opportunities are endless. Journey with Royal Excursion and create memories along the way.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Back here in Cleveland as Radford has the lead at the end of the first, 21-13, as we take a quick look at a couple stats as we get ready for the start of the second. For Valpo, they're shooting 4 of 13 overall. That's 31%. They're a perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line, just 1 of 7 from 3, though. Radford, 9 of 20 overall. That's 45%, and they are being out-rebounded. 11-9 Valpo has that advantage, but they're not taking advantage of that, the Beacons, and Radford really hounding Valpo with the turnovers. Valpo has turned the ball over 6 times as opposed to just 1 for Radford, and Radford has got 7 points off those turnovers as opposed to 2 for Valpo. It will be Valpo ball to start the second quarter. Huffine to her left. Top of the key for Conley. She's going to drive to her right. She is stopped by Nice. still turning. She's going to go up with the left hand, and that's somehow good. That's a really nice move from Conley. Didn't look like there was much there. But now Nenadic is hurt. She's down on the ground. Looks like maybe she just rolled an ankle or something. She doesn't seem to be in a ton of pain, but she's just a little uncomfortable. Autumn Dibb checking on her as Courtney Boyd will call her team back to the bench. 21-15 the lead for Radford as Nenadic gets checked out by the training staff, both of Valpo and Cleveland State here on site. Decent number of Valpo parents and family here. Isabella Anderson has about 9 players wearing her jersey. Or 9 fans wearing her jersey, so good to see some support as Nenadic has helped off the court. She is supported by Dale Linderwell and Macy Rhodes, but she is walking mostly under her own power, so hopefully nothing much there, but we're going to see some big minutes from Cam Winch as a result. Now she will check in immediately. After that brief bit of play here in the second quarter, here is Jenkins inbounding to Williams for Radford. Gets it across half court, guarded by Huffine. Now in pass to Simonson, who she's going to hand off now to Carlson, driving middle. Gets by Conley, but dishes to the corner. Wide open three. Jenkins is rattling everywhere and in, off the side of the rim, off the back of the rim, off the backboard, and finally in. 24-15 friendly roll from Woodling Gymnasium. Conley's going to launch a three of her own from the left side, way short. Winch is going to get the rebound. She's going to go up. That's no good. And rebounded by Simonson. So now driving is Taylor, kicks it back out. Williams fakes the three. Now it is Simonson driving on Winch. She puts it up. That's very nice and in. And now it's the first double-digit lead of the game for Radford. It's 26-15. Shabtai right wing. Kayla Preston's getting ready to check in now. Conley, pass inside to Winch. Gets it right back to Conley. She's going to go up, and that's a nice finish from Conley. She's been looking very good. 11 points out of Valpo's 17. But not much support. It's a 9-point lead now for Radford. Pass inside to Simonson. She goes up, and she's going to get it again. This is a very nice day for Simonson. She's 6 of 6, 12 points. Courtney Boyd's going to have to figure out how to get her team to stop Simonson. Huffine blows by the defender. Kick to the corner for Conley. Now Autumn Dibb from the left side. That's way long. And rebounded by Williams. She's going to drive the paint. Now she's going to pull up at the free throw line, and she's going to be no good, in and out. Rebounded by Dibb. And now Huffine's going to push the pace. Gets it up to Shabtai on the right side. She's going to launch a three, and that's no good. Rebound is going to be out of bounds off Valpo. It was Dibb and Winch fighting for it. Same team, and it goes out of bounds. 28-17. A very good offensive start for Radford. They're shooting 50%. Here comes the whooping defensive play from Valpo. The bench whooping as they get into this particular defensive set. It's a 1-3-1. Here is top of the key, Jenkins. Skip into the corner. Now driving is Taylor. She's going to kick it back out. Jenkins going to try a three. That's way long. Rebound by Huffine. Pushing, nearly carried that ball. Now gets it to KK Sullivan, who's in for the first time. She's going to, of the quarter, she's going to get it intercepted by Carlson, and now it's a breakaway. One-on-one with Shabtai. She's going to go up, and there's going to be an offensive foul. The official took a long time to make that call. And in the end, it's Shabtai taking the charge. Carlson the foul. And so that's something that Valpo needed. It was going to be a breakaway otherwise. 28-17. 7:15 to go in the first half. Vaughn Schlegel, right wing. She's going to drive middle. Gets the screen from Preston. Now hands it back to Preston, who's going to drive middle. Now Huffine fakes the three from the right. She's going to drive up, and she's going to be fouled. And she will be shooting two. Foul comes on Joy Williams. That's her first. Second foul of the quarter for Radford. Huffine will go to the line. Had a couple of key free throws. about a week and a half ago at home to eventually send the game to overtime as she makes the first against Milwaukee. She gave the lead originally, but then Milwaukee able to tie on the ensuing possession and eventually win in overtime. Huffines' second is good, so she is now 6 of 10 on the year. It's 28-19 in favor of the Highlanders. Williams handoff to Taylor. She's going to drive on Sullivan. Back to the top of the key, swung now to Stromberg. Left side here is Taylor driving on Winch. She's going to be stopped. Kick out. Williams is going to drive now, a little floater, and that's no good. Kept alive, though, by Taylor. And now Jenkins will make the two. 30-19, Radford leads. Von Schlegel left wing. She's working on Taylor. Now to the top of the key. She's going to try to drive past. She's stopped, feet inside to Winch. Long pass to to no one. Well, that was in the middle of Von Schlegel and Shabtai, and neither of them knew which one that was supposed to go to. And in the end, they watch it go out of bounds. So it's another turnover for the Beacons, number 8 of the day, as that continues to plague Valpo offensively. 6:25 to go in this first half, as Witashik comes back in, as does Conley. As Sullivan and Huffine take a seat. Jenkins, the handoff to Taylor. Feet inside, right back to Jenkins. She's into the double, turns around, and she's going to get it. She was double teamed, just took one step back. The double didn't follow her, and it's an easy jumper. 32-19 Radford. Valpo's going to need some stops, but here they are on offense. Conley, she's going to drive the lane. She's going to go up, and it's no good. Rebound tipped away, and it's going to stay here. Winch had it originally, got poked from behind. The ball went towards the baseline. Williams couldn't corral it. It goes out off her. Witashik comes out quickly, as Dibb will come back in. Shabtai inbound. Long pass to Von Schlegel on the left wing. She's going to try to drive middle, stops, picks up her dribble, passes to Shabtai for 3. That's short. And a foul is going to be called, I believe, on Winch on the rebound, and it'll be Radford ball. It is. Winch is first. He's going to need to play a lot of minutes with Nunadich hurt. Here's Williams. Driving right on Dibb. She splits the middle, and it's going to be a foul there. She goes to the ground. Would have been a turnover had that not been called, but it was a trip there in the end. Foul is on Dibb, her second. Third team foul of the second quarter. Inbound is too nice on the left wing. Now swung around, and an offensive foul going the other way. It's Stromberg with the illegal screen down low, as Simonson tried to come on the back cut. And a turnover there. Can Valpo take advantage of it? They've been quiet here in the second quarter. Just 6 points in the first 5 minutes. Winch top of the key. 2 dribbles, hands off to Dibb. Dibb picks up her dribble, feeds inside to Winch. She's going to go up, and that is somehow in. That went above the backboard. Winch lost control of it, and somehow it finds the nylon. 32-21. Now it's a double dribble from Williams as she lost control. Dribbled right into Angelina Nice, and it will be a turnover. Bella Swedlin celebrating on the sideline, running up and down that Valpo bench, giving high fives. 32-21, 5 minutes to go in the second. Next whistle will be a media timeout. Feed inside to Winch, and she tries to go for Dibb and throws it out of bounds. Winch has been struggling to receive those passes and give them as well. That's her second turnover, Valpo's 9th. And we will go to another media timeout. It is 32-21, Radford back in 60 seconds from Van Wagner. This is the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Yo, this is your cup holder talking. The little round thing between your car seats. Now, I normally have a nice cold bottle of Mountain Dew in me, but at the moment, I'm empty. That's right, no Mountain Dew. Nothing in here but a couple of quarters and a dime. A fully capable cup holder like me just carrying your loose change? Look, I'm not made for loose change. I'm made to keep Mountain Dew within reach at all times, just inches from your hand. So find the store already. Grab some Dew, toss it back, then place that bottle where it belongs. Mountain Dew. Do the Dew.
The Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament has been the showcase for buzzer beaters, madness, and championship glory. With nearly 5 decades of heart-racing excitement, it begins here at Enterprise Center. The 2026 State Farm MVC Tournament, presented by Credit Union 1, Great Southern Bank, and SSM Health, tips off on March 5th through 8th. Celebrate 50 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Custonia Tractor is proud to serve the Valparaiso community just off Indiana 49. They're conveniently located to meet your large and small equipment needs. Follow Custonia Tractor on Facebook to stay up to date with their latest sales and events. And we know there's nothing like game day in Valparaiso with a Coors Light, so remember to chill responsibly and don't drink and drive. Coors Light Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill 2022. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly. Back here in Cleveland, it's 32-21 in favor of Radford. Valpo getting a couple of stops in the last few Radford possessions, but shooting just 31% overall, 9%, 1 of 11 from 3. Gotta be able to start hitting some shots if they can get these stops as well. Valpo men in action at home. They are down 19-16, 7:27 left in the first half against Southern Indiana. Old friend Ola Ajiboye, former Valpo player from 2 years ago, a starter now for the Screaming Eagles, as he's back in the arc, and Valpo has a 3-point deficit trying to win game number 4. That's over on WVURTheSource95.com and ESPN Plus. Here, streaming here on YouTube, women's basketball, as the 1-3-1 whooping returns for Valpo's defensive pressure. Here's into the corner, 3 on the way for Angelina Nice. That's an air ball and rebound by Conley. Kennedy Sproul is in for the first time. Conley is going to try to drive the lane. Now she pulls it back. Clears everyone out. Now Shabtai swinging it to Sproul. Thinks about the 3. She's going to drive left, pick up her dribble. Long pass to Conley on the left wing. She's going to drive middle. She's going to be cut off. Kick to the corner. Sproul will try the 3 now. And that's just a bit too long. And the rebound is going to go to Nice. Quickly up ahead to Cherish Haywood. Back to Nice. Driving in on Huffine. Kick out into the left corner for Haywood. That's in and out. Rebound Sproul. Huffine trying to drive the lane now. She gets it back to Sproul. Swung around to Shabtai, will drive from the right wing. Picks up her dribble and looked inside for Connolly. It's stolen away by Nice. Nice going one-on-one with Shabtai. Shabtai will try to go again, and it's going to be another offensive foul drawn by Moore Shabtai. Well, she wasn't really in position, but it doesn't matter when you have such a big, extended left arm like Nice did. That was a huge push-off, and Nice is going to pick up her first foul. Von Schlegel comes back in as Shabtai will go out after picking up that second charge. Well done from her defensively to try to force a few turnovers. Kayla Preston, right wing, driving in on Simonson, picks up her dribble, now tries to get it to Conley, and it's poked away and stolen again. Here is Carlson quickly up ahead to Dandridge, and the layup is too strong, and it's going to be a foul going the other way as Preston got the rebound, and Cherish Haywood slapped her from behind. Haywood's second. Valpo's starting to get stops here, but they're just not converting on the offensive end. Let's see if maybe this is a way that they can do it, as that's the 5th foul on Radford for the quarter. So Preston, after getting fouled basically on the other baseline, will get to walk all the way down to the other side of the court and shoot 2 free throws. 3:36 to go in the first half, 32-21 in favor of Radford. Preston's first is on the way, and that is good. She is now 3 of 5 on the young season. Cuts the deficit to 10. Can Valpo cut it to 2 or 3 possession game by the half and stay in it? Preston's second is good as well. Valpo perfect 7 of 7 so far. 32-23. The 1-3-1 returns, as does the whooping. Into the corner. Here's Dandridge. Picks up her dribble. Long skip pass. Now into the corner for Haywood. Feed inside to Simonson, going in on Preston. She's going to go up, and that is too strong. Poked around, and it will stay here off Preston. That is the first miss for Simonson. She's 6 of 7. Again, not something you can tell who it's out on or if it's out of bounds. You just hear a whistle as it happens directly beneath us. Pass goes out to the right wing, wide open three for Haywood, and that is off the backboard long and poked around. Sproul is going to save it. Good effort from Sproul to get it to Huffine. Now turns around, kicks to no one again. Was looking for either Conley or Sproul, and the pass was nowhere close. So the Valpo turnovers really adding up. That's their 12th. Something that they had cleaned up the last 2 games, at least relative to the first 3. But already on pace for 25 plus. Here is Taylor into the corner for Carlson. Guarded by Conley. She's going to drive, and Conley's going to foul her with a bump. Conley's first, team third. Shabtai comes in, Huffine goes out. Box on the baseline, now they scatter for Radford. Haywood gets it from the top, and it's a moving screen. Simonson knew it as soon as she set the screen. Claps her hands and walks down the other way. That's her second foul, and so something to keep an eye on, as she has been their leading scorer with 12 points, and now she will head to the bench with those 2 fouls. Sproul playing some extended minutes. Shabtai doesn't know the inbound's coming, and she just gets it in time. 2:45 to play in the first half. Von Schlegel driving from the right wing. She goes up and she gets it to go. Everywhere off the rim, backboard and in. 7-point game. Can Valpo get another stop? Here is Nice driving from the left. Now kick back out and feed inside to Stromberg. Not closely guarded by Winch. Now she will set the screen for Taylor, who goes inside. Asks for a travel, does Valpo. Doesn't matter, it's a missed shot. Up ahead, quickly going into Conley. She's not going to get it to go. Good defense from Radford not to foul. And a rebound by Dandridge. Quickly a 3 from Carlson on the way. That's a way to break the drought and respond, quiet that Valpo bench. Back to a 10-point lead for Radford, 35-25. 2 minutes to go in the first. Shabtai, feed inside to Winch at the elbow. Looking now, it's to Von Schlegel. Hands it out. Sproul is wide open for 3 in the corner. And she's going to hit Kennedy Sproul. She's a 3-point shooter when she was at JUCO at Bay College. That's her second as a D1 player. It's a 7-point game. Feed inside now for Stromberg. Handoff to Haywood. Skip into the corner. 3 on the way from Dandridge. That's an air ball long. Rebound by Winch. Shabtai pushing the press. She's going to hand it back to Winch. Now right back to Shabtai at the top of the key. She dribbles right into the corner. Sproul's going to launch another 3. And that one's just right. Had the distance, but off that back iron. 1:10 to play as the rebound goes to Stromberg. Now top of the key, it's Dandridge. Feed back inside to Stromberg. And off to Taylor for 3. And banks it in. Well, that was not the most aesthetically pleasing 3 you'll ever see, but it all counts off the backboard and in. Back to a 10-point lead. Conley's going to launch immediately from the right side. She's going to hit. What a response from Fiona Conley. She's having a great day. 14 points. Her career high is 18. She's already getting close. 38 seconds. 7-point lead for Radford. Can Valpo get one more stop before the break? Nearly lost it there on the pass to Haywood. Now a skip back to Taylor. Feed inside. It's to Carlson, guarded by Conley. She's going to go through, and she walked. And it will be another turnover forced. Valpo's been starting to pick up the defensive pressure. The 7th turnover by Radford, as Valpo will have one last possession before the half. Can they cut this to a 2-possession game? As Sproul will go out after a pretty good shift. She hasn't had a ton of minutes, but she knocked down that 3, got a rebound, a good effort. Preston comes in, Dibbs comes in, Winch also goes out. Nice comes back in for Radford as well. 20 seconds. Valpo to hold for the last shot. Shabtai dribbling through her legs, not closely guarded. Dribbles to her right, now 12 to shoot, they start going. Here is Von Schlegel, top of the key. 8 on the clock, she dribbles right, back to Preston. Preston gonna try to drive, she's gonna lose the ball. And it was a bit of a lane there for Kayla Preston, but she just dribbled it off her foot. Valpo's gonna pressure full court here. 1-3-1 press. And now it's a block on Von Schlegel. Whoa, and Courtney Boyd is furious about that. She is talking to the near side official, who was about 50 feet away from that. And now she reenacts that to the official who did call it. Not pleased with that. 2 seconds and Radford's going to let it go out. So a little bit of good defense in the second quarter from Valpo towards the end of it. They are still very much in this game. It's a 7-point Radford lead, 38-31 at the half. We'll be back to talk about it in about 2 minutes. From Van Wagner, this is the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
The Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Tournament has been the stage for fast breaks, legends, and the crowning of champions. With nearly 4 decades of thrills and excitement, the postseason starts here. The 2026 Credit Union 1 MVC Tournament, presented by Grinnell Mutual Insurance and Great Southern Bank, moves to Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, March 12th through the 15th. Celebrate 40 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets at MVCWomen'sHoops.com.
Feeling lost and overwhelmed? Let the compassionate and dedicated therapists at Compass Counseling of Northwest Indiana be your guide. With convenient locations in Valparaiso and Merrillville, we offer daytime, evening, and weekend appointments to meet your needs. Call us today at 219-286-3605 or visit us on the web at compasscounselingnwi.com. Compass Counseling of Northwest Indiana, proud to be the official mental health partner of your Valparaiso.
When you need trusted electrical professionals, who do you turn to? Powering America's team of NECA and IBEW contractors can help. All of our electricians have 10,000 hours of on-the-job and classroom training to ensure the safety of your home or business electrical system. Licensed, bonded, and insured, drug-tested, and background checked. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org for a complete list of contractors, experts in residential, commercial, industrial, voice, data, video, and renewable energy projects. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org. Safely powering Northwest Indiana.
Sit back and relax with Royal Excursion. We are celebrating 20 years of serving the Michiana area with reliable transportation for any occasion. Travel in comfort and style for weddings, team events, parties, winery tours, and day trips to Chicago. The opportunities are endless. Journey with Royal Excursion and create memories along the way.
It's game time, and Wings Etc. has all the great food, refreshment, and big screen live action you crave. And when you can't watch here, change the game plan and take it on the road. Order for fast, convenient carry-out with the Wings Rewards app and earn points towards free food on every purchase. Go get some at your local Wings Etc. or bring it to your watch party.
Wings Etc. Grill and Pub, 501 Silhavy in Valparaiso. Online at wingsetc.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Back here in Cleveland as we are at halftime, 38-31 is the Radford lead over Valpo. Valpo a bit of a charge towards the end of that second quarter as they did end up outscoring the Highlanders 18-17 in the second, but still a 7-point deficit. Radford was up 13 at one point, but Valpo able to make it at least a 3-possession game. They are shooting 35% overall. That's 10 of 28. Radford 16 of 37, 43%. Radford has turned the ball over 7 times, Valpo 13, although Valpo has been able to start forcing those turnovers towards the end of that first half, see if they can continue that good pressure, but they've got to be able to take care of the ball themselves. Those 13 turnovers, that's not going to help you win a game. Fiona Conley, though, a great night for her so far. 14 points on 5 of 9 shooting, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 4 from 3. Cam Winch, 4 points, 6 rebounds. A pretty solid day. She's played 10 minutes, and she's going to have plenty of action with Nenadic injured, and she has not returned to the game. She played 6 minutes. Kennedy Sproul, Kayla Sullivan also coming in, try to fill that role. Kayla Preston, perhaps that third-string center today. as Valpo has only led for 3 minutes. Radford has led for the majority of the game, 15 minutes, as they are led by Georgia Simonson, 6 of 7, shooting overall 12 points, 2 rebounds, but 2 fouls. So we'll have to see if Valpo can continue to keep her in foul trouble. That would be helpful for them. Anaya Jenkins, 7 points. Kate Carlson, 6. Ellie Taylor and Anna Stromberg, each with 4. We talk about some balanced scoring from Radford. Joy Williams, only 3, and she is one of their leading scorers. So plenty of options on where to get the points for Radford. Stromberg leads with 5 rebounds. Kira Dandridge with 2 assists to lead the Highlanders. We're going to go over a few scores from around the Valley, and we'll start with the men's Valpo team, who have had a difficult first half against the Southern Indiana Screaming Eagles. They are cutting that deficit a little bit from where it was, but as they go into the half, there are currently 20 seconds left, and they trail 36-30, and in fact, that is how the first half ends. So some makeup work to be done for Valpo against Southern Indiana there on the men's side. For the women, just looking around the country, Ohio State beating West Virginia 83-81. A big matchup. Texas, number 4 Texas leads number 3 UCLA 64-54 with 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Around the Valley, Drake, wow, this is a shock. They are down 23 at the end of the third to Northern Kentucky. Northern Kentucky is 1-6. And Drake, who has been a power in the Missouri Valley for so long, winning multiple championships in the past few years. It's a completely different team now with Katie Dennebeer gone, and they are down 23. As those finals from earlier, as a reminder, McNeese beating Belmont 76-66, Rice beating Illinois State 75-72 in overtime. Northern Iowa and Northern Arizona to play at 5:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central. Arkansas, Southern Illinois at 5:45 Central. We'll be back with some more halftime stats in a few minutes. We will be back here in Cleveland. Back in about 3 minutes from Van Wagner. This is the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Why is Culver such a treat for so many families? Here's a hint. This treat is thick and creamy, and everyone can get it any way they like. Our fresh, frozen custard. We craft it in small batches throughout the day to make our guests stay. Shakes, cones, sundaes, concrete mixers, flavor of the day, oh, and the toppings.
Who says you can't please everyone? There's more than one way to dessert at Culver's. Welcome to Delicious.
Heinold and Feller Tire and Lawn Equipment strive to exemplify the true meaning of the words trust, courtesy, and honesty. In fact, many of our customers say we've done a pretty good job of it. Since 1958, we've been providing auto repair and full-service tire sales to Porter County, Indiana. Come visit us at our Valparaiso or La Crosse locations, or check us out at heinold-feller.com. We look forward to many more years of providing you excellent service, because at our Heinold & Feller, your family matters to ours.
When you need trusted electrical professionals, who do you turn to? Powering America's team of NECA and IBEW contractors can help. All of our electricians have 10,000 hours of on-the-job and classroom training to ensure the safety of your home or business electrical system. Licensed, bonded, and insured, drug-tested, and background checked. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org for a complete list of contractors, experts in residential, commercial, industrial, voice, data, video, and renewable energy projects. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org. Safely powering Northwest Indiana.
Preferred 4-1 over any other orthopedic practice in the region, Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute offers the specialized bone, joint, and muscle care needed to keep you in motion. Our world-class providers serve as the official team physicians for Valparaiso University, and we have proudly delivered specialized, experienced care throughout Northwest Indiana for more than 50 years. To Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute, visit lbji.com.
TicketSmarter is glad we are back to holding live events. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events, all at the very best price, look no further than TicketSmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at TicketSmarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction on TicketSmarter, $1 will be donated to a children's charity. TicketSmarter is proud to be the official ticketing partner of bowl season. Ticket Smarter, a smarter way to buy tickets.
Sports bars everywhere these days, but there's only one place for award-winning jumbo wings, bigger beers, and better food and drink values all week long. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. We're so much more than wings. Enjoy wraps, salads, subs, seafoods, quesadillas, amazing appetizers, and awesome daily lunch food and drink specials. And now, when you can't eat here, order online for pickup at togo.wingstc.com. It's fast, easy, and Etc. Grill and Pub at 501 North Silhavy in Valparaiso, and online at wingsetc.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Back here in Cleveland, where we are at halftime, about 5 minutes away from the start of the second half, Valpo's still trying to get win number 1 on the board for the Courtney Boyd era. They are 0-5. Radford is 4-3. So we take a look at the Highlanders. They are 4-0 at home, 0-3 on the road. This is a neutral site game. But Radford's road schedule has been very difficult at Wake Forest, at Georgia Tech, at Virginia. They kept it very close with Wake Forest, nearly beat them. Not quite as close with Georgia Tech and Virginia. And then at home, they have played Loyola Maryland, Niagara, Emory, and Henry. That's a non-D1 member, as well as Furman. And they are 4-0 at home, trying to pick up win number 1 of a neutral site of the year for either team. Valpo, they have struggled throughout the year, not really any close games except for the one in overtime at home against Milwaukee, but plenty of time still in the season. They are expecting Macy Rhodes and Raven Ray Redmond back kind of on the Sooner side now. Rhodes and Ray Redmond are both coming back from surgery related to injuries. Ray Redmond had that Achilles tear last year against Detroit Mercy. Macy Rhodes had just hip problems throughout all of last year that eventually kept her out at the end of the season at the NBC tournament. She had IT band hip surgery, but they are starting to practice. They are shooting around. They are running. So Valpo hopes to get them back before the bulk of conference play. They have one conference game, not this upcoming Sunday, but the Sunday after at home against UIC. That is a UIC team, very revamped with a lot of transfers, including Jessica Carruthers, the NAIA leading scorer last year, right in Crown Point, Northwest Indiana native. She played originally at Butler, then went up to IU Northwest and really dominated the NAIA scene there. So it'll be interesting to see, with I'm sure plenty of her friends and family there. That is in a couple weeks. Valpo will have these next 2 games here. Cleveland State Friday. That's at noon Central, 11:45. We'll have that pregame show for you. And then St. Bonaventure here as well. The first matchup between Valpo and St. Bonaventure. Even though Valpo has played at a couple tournaments hosted by St. Bonnie, they've never actually played. That is coming up on Saturday, the 29th at noon as well. No radio broadcast for that one, as that will be a men's game as well, as they will take on Western Michigan at home. But we're glad that you joined us here for this little Thanksgiving week tournament. It's a great time of college hoops, both on the men's and women's side. And you gotta love these multi-team events, these tournaments. And we will have the second half of the opening game of this tournament when we come back here in about 60 seconds from Van Wagner. This is the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Sit back and relax with Royal Excursion. We are celebrating 20 years of serving the Michiana area with reliable transportation for any occasion. Travel in comfort and style for weddings, team events, parties, winery tours, and day trips to Chicago. The opportunities are endless. Journey with Royal Excursion and create memories along the way.
It's game time, and Wings Etc. has all the great food, refreshment, and big screen live action you crave. And when you can't watch here, change the game plan and take it on the road. Order for fast, convenient carry-out with the Wings Rewards app and earn points towards free food on every purchase. Go get some at your local Wings Etc. or bring it to your watch party.
Wings Etc. Grill and Pub, 501 Silhavy in Valparaiso. Online at wingsetc.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Back here in Cleveland as the teams are taking the court for the second half as we get ready to get underway again. Radford leads 38-31 over Valpo. As it will be Radford ball to start, and it appears that Valpo's going to come out in a 1-3-1. The whooping is back, and so is Milana Nenadic, as she will be back for the first time since really the end of the first quarter. She got injured with 15 seconds into the second quarter, but she is back, so nothing serious it appears. As here we go, Radford ball. Joy Williams dribbling right on Huffine. Looking inside, gets it to Simonson. She's been great so far. Misses the shot, though. That's her second miss of the day. And rebounded by Conley. Pushing right side. Good pass inside for Shabtai. Gets it to Nenadic. She goes up and she is fouled. That's a great pass from Conley into Shabtai. And that throws Radford's defense a little bit out of sorts. Good dump off to Nenadic. And she will be going to the line for two. Nenadic, 2 points, 2 rebounds before her injury. She is a 67% free throw shooter on the year. First one is good. Cuts it to a 2-possession game. It was all Radford for the first quarter and a half of this game. Valpo getting back into it towards the end of the second. Second one is up, and that is good. So Valpo's been good from the line. 10 of 10 now. And they cut it to 5. 38-33 Radford. 9.5 minutes to go in the third. Just underway in the second half. Joy Williams passing to Jenkins. Now it is Taylor driving the paint. Oh, and that's a good feed to Simonson. Somehow she missed from point blank range. She's been so good all day, and she's missed her last 3 shots. Shabtai from the right wing. She's dribbling, gets it to Huffine on the left wing. Now she's going to be stopped by Nice. She goes eventually stolen. Once again, it's below us where we can't see. And so it is Nice who gets it up and now kick into the corner. Williams wide open 3, and that is short. She's a great 3-point shooter, but can't get it there. And now Jenkins is going to save it. That's a very good save there. Gets it right back to her in the corner, and that's an air ball way left. Conley was ready for that. And now Valpo pushing up. Conley's going to drive the middle. She's going to go up, off glass, and good. Conley has 16. She's just 3 away from her career high of 19, which was set at Detroit. And it's a 1-possession game. Valpo's battled back from a 13-point deficit, and that's going to force a Radford timeout. Great start to the second half from Valpo, a 4-0 run right out the gate. And we will have a media timeout as well. Back in 60 seconds from Van Wagner. This is the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Oh, this is your cup holder talking, the little round thing between your car seats. Now, I normally have a nice cold bottle of Mountain Dew in me, but at the moment, I'm empty. That's right, no Mountain Dew. Nothing in here but a couple of quarters and a dime. A fully capable cup holder like me just carrying your loose change? Look, I'm not made for loose change. I'm made to keep Mountain Dew within reach at all times, just inches from your hand. So find a store already, grab some Dew, toss it back, then place that bottle where it belongs. Mountain Dew. Do the Dew.
The Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball Tournament has been the stage for fast breaks, legends, and the crowning of champions. With nearly 4 decades of thrills and excitement, the postseason starts here. The 2026 Credit Union One MVC Tournament, presented by Grinnell Mutual Insurance and Great Southern Bank, moves to Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, March 12th through the 15th. Celebrate 40 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets at MVCWomen'sHoops.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Back here in Cleveland, just underway in the third quarter, 38-35. Radford leads over Valpo, but a quick Radford timeout after 2 buckets from Valpo. And Valpo sports fans, Fire up your game day at Wings Etc. Grill and Pub, your home for good food, great times. Stop by and indulge in their award-winning wings, burgers, wraps, appetizers, and more. Feature appetite and boost every game day experience at Wings Etc. Grill and Pub, located at 501 North Silhavy and East Chicago Street in Valparaiso. And there's no perfect playbook for life, but Compass Counseling of Northwest Indiana is here to help you write yours. Whether you're a student, a parent, or somewhere in between, Compass Counseling will help you stay mentally in the game. For more information, visit Compass Counseling Northwest Indiana, or NWI.com today. That's Compass Counseling, NWI.com. Got our floater media timeout here in the second half as we are really stretching it out. Valpo has had a 7-0 run stretching back to the end of the second quarter. Georgia Simonson for Radford, 12 points. She started 6 of 6. She's missed her last 3, including one that was a wide open layup. Her last possession for Radford. Radford will get the ball at the 28-foot mark in front of their own bench. Autumn Dibb comes in for Valpo, as does Ollie von Schlegel. And it will be Anaya Jenkins to inbound. Same 5 for Radford. Here is Joy Williams. Gets it to Jenkins. She's been working far from the basket a good amount today, even though she's the center. Hands it off to Taylor. Feed back inside to Jenkins, who's going to go right up, and it's going to be in and out. Shot it over the double team of Nenadic and Dibb, and then Nenadic gets the rebound. Right back to Nenadic. She thinks about the 3. She's going to drive. She's going to go and is not fouled, and she ends up turning it over to Williams on the dump off. It was looking for Dibb, and now Taylor's going to drive. She's going to go up, and she is fouled. Does not go. But she will get 2 shots. Autumn Dibb with the foul. That is her 3rd. So not a ton of a contribution from Dibb. 0 of 1 and a rebound, 3 fouls. Nenadic goes out. Dibb goes out. Kayla Preston comes in, and so does Kennedy Sproul. This is perhaps the most extended run we've seen from Sproul so far. Jenkins to shoot 2. She's 7 of 11 on the year. Makes the first. Both teams have been good from the free throw line. Just 1 missed free throw on the day. That's from Radford's Ellie Taylor. Here's the second one from Jenkins. This one's good as well. So a 5-point lead again for Radford, 40-35. Shabtai hands it off to von Schlegel. Thinks about the 3. Now she's going to drive middle. Kick to the corner for Preston for 3. And that's good. Kayla Preston. Well, you don't see her take a ton of threes, but she hits her second of the year. 40-38. The closest Valpo's been since early on in the first quarter. Williams to her right. Handoff for Jenkins. She's going to drive middle, now kick it back out to Taylor. Directing traffic will get Simonson on the right elbow. Not guarded closely by Preston. Now gets it to Taylor, who's going to drive. She's going to go up, and it's going to be no good. And tipped away, and eventually somehow saved by multiple Radford players, but right to Conley. She's going to drive in. She's going to go up, and she's going to be fouled. She's going to have 2 shots come in. Well, that was a heck of an effort from Radford overall. There was Williams in there. There was Simonson in there. Multiple players saving the ball. I believe that was Williams on the baseline, Taylor on the sideline, but eventually just gets it to Conley, who is able to, really it was a 1-on-2. Radford did have numbers there back on defense, but Conley still going in. She's very confident on that drive, and she will get 2 free throws. As a result, makes the first. She's up to 17 on the day, 2 shy of her career high. Well above her season average of 11.6 points per game. She's really taken a step up after averaging just a couple points a game 2 years ago at LaSalle. Makes the second as well. We are tied at 40. That seemed a long way away back when it was a 13-point lead for Radford. Valpo's come all the way back. It's tied at 40. A lot of game to play, though. 7:15 to play in the third. Here is Taylor top the key. Good feed inside for Nice, but it's too strong. Going around, and it's no good again, but a third attempt, and this time it will be good, and 1 for Nice. I tell you what, it looked like each time there was a foul on Valpo, but on the 3rd time it's called. And so, and 1 coming for Angelina Nice, who has not had a typically good day for her. That's her first bucket made of the day, after she is the team leader at 10 points a game. The foul was, as it's a missed shot on the and 1, and it's Huffine. They still haven't reported who the foul's on. 7 minutes to go. Conley down 2. She's going to drive in on Taylor. Now she's going to be fouled with a little bump. And it will be on Taylor. Her second. Foul ends up on Ollie von Schlegel on the previous foul for Valpo. Inbound to Conley from the baseline. Now she's going down in the middle. She's going to go up, and she's going to not get it to go. It's in and out. Rebounded by Taylor. Taylor pushing quickly. Preston's got to be ready, and eventually she does cut her off. Kick back out. It's Kate Carlson into the game. Now kicks it into the corner for Nice. She's going to put up a little floater. That's way long, air ball, but it goes right to the waiting Jenkins. She's going to be missed the shot, but it's going to be a foul, I believe, on Preston, and it will be Radford ball. So Preston picks up her first. KK Sullivan comes in for Conley. Sproul goes out, and Winch comes back in. So Valpo working with these big rotations down low. Here is Taylor driving the middle on Huffine. She goes up off glass and good. That's nothing much that Huffine can do. It's a 6-inch size advantage for Taylor. It's back to a 4-point Radford lead. Huffine going right. Now feed inside to Winch. Backing her down. Now kick to Sullivan on the right wing, and she traveled before she put the ball down. So another travel for Valpo, just their second of the half, but when it's number 15 of the game, it really adds up. A lot of missed opportunities for Valpo, down 4, 6:14 to play in the third. Here is Stromberg into the game on the right wing, not closely guarded at all by Winch. Now a handoff to Nice, who's going to drive the lane. Kick back out all the way to Carlson, who launches the 3, and that is short. Rebound by Winch. Right on line, but hits the front iron. Huffine gets it to Sullivan. She's going to step back, now kicks it to Huffine. Fakes the 3. She's going to go in, kick to the corner. Preston now back to Von Schlegel, top of the key. Good ball movement, but she cannot hit the 3. It's off right. Rebounded by Nice. Now, wide open 3 for Taylor on the right side. That's way long, air ball, and it will be stepped out of bounds on the save from Carlson. Radford, I mean, the shooting is way off to start this third quarter. I mean, they've had 3 or 4 air balls. It's not even close right now. But they are rebounding, which is much different than it was the first half. Valpo out-rebounded Radford first half. Now Radford returning the favor. 3-rebound lead for Radford, allowing them to keep things alive. Huffine nearly traveled, but gets it to Winch. Now back to Huffine, top of the key. Shabtai right wing, looking inside for Winch. It's going to be tipped out and stay here. That's been a dangerous pass inside for Winch. Shabtai has not really been able to get the right amount of power needed for that toss. Nearly another turnover, but in the end it will be staying with Valpo. Long pass to Preston, top of the key. Now this is a feed inside for Winch. Now she gets it to Huffine, back to Preston, top of the key. Inside for Winch, she's going to go up and she's going to get, no, it's going to be long, in and out. And kept alive though. Here is Shabtai. I believe it was Sullivan on the baseline with the invisible rebound. Kick out to Preston, she's going to drive. She's going to get it to Huffine, who's going to drive herself. Kick to the corner for Shabtai. Thinks about the 3. Now she's going to drive. She's going to put up a floater from 15, and that's way short air ball. And it's going to be a foul on Winch, and we will go the other way. And that is our third quarter media timeout. Back and forth we go. We've got ourselves a real game here in Cleveland. It's 44-40 in favor of Radford. Back in 60 seconds from Van Wagner. This is the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Feeling lost and overwhelmed? Let the compassionate and dedicated therapists at Compass Counseling of Northwest Indiana be your guide. With convenient locations in Valparaiso and Merrillville, we offer daytime, evening, and weekend appointments to meet your needs. Call us today at 219-286-3605 or visit us on the web at compasscounselingnwi.com. Compass Counseling of Northwest Indiana, proud to be the official mental health partner of your Valparaiso Beacons.
Sit back and relax with Royal Excursion. We are celebrating 20 years of serving the Michiana area with reliable transportation for any occasion. Travel in comfort and style for weddings, team events, parties, winery tours, and day trips to Chicago. The opportunities are endless. Journey with Royal Excursion and create memories along the way.
Have you or a loved one been putting off making an appointment to address an orthopedic issue? Stop living with limited mobility or pain and be seen by one of our highly trained orthopedic experts with no appointment needed. For orthopedic emergencies, we offer walk-in orthopedic urgent care to treat patients who are suffering from acute bone, joint, and muscle injuries. To get back to the activities you love, visit one of our 3 orthopedic urgent care locations. To learn more, visit lbjiurgentcare.com.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
Valpo fans win with Papa John's. Celebrate the Beacons with 40% off Papa John's pizzas by using promo code VALPO40. Order today and enjoy the game with a delicious pizza. And help the Missouri Valley Conference celebrate 40 years of its women's basketball championship from March 12th through 15th at Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa. Buy your all-session tickets now and save $20 by calling 219-464-5233 or order online at valpoathletics.com/tickets. Back here in Cleveland, we've got 4:55 left in the third. Radford leads 44-40. They will have the ball. Valpo has trailed by as many as 13. But they have battled back. It was tied just briefly in this third quarter, but Radford with the lead again. Long skip pass here for Simonson. It's no good, and it will go to Valpo. It was a real scramble as Valpo applied full court pressure. It was actually Stromberg who got that, and Haywood misses the shot. So now Huffine for Valpo on the right wing. And that's another bad pass as she was looking to feed it inside to Nenadic, and that was an uncatchable pass. Basically bounced at the feet of Nenadic and 2 feet to her left. So another turnover for Valpo. That's number 16 as opposed to just 8 for Radford. 4.5 minutes ago, Williams gets it to Stromberg, who hands it right back. Driving in on Huffine, now kicks it back out for Dandridge. Into the corner, here's Carlson. Thinks about the 3. Now feed inside to Stromberg. She goes up, and that is good. That's a nice finish from Stromberg. Not much Nenadic could do. Back to a 6-point lead. Valpo needs a response. Huffine to Preston, top of the key. Swung around to Shabtai. Now feed inside for Nenadic. She's going to work on Stromberg. She's going to go and be fouled. She tried to turn the corner, and Stromberg tripped her, as that will be her second foul. Stromberg 6 and 6 off the bench in 11 minutes. Von Schlegel comes in. Huffine goes out. This is probably the scoring 5 for Valpo. Maybe not Preston, but overall high-powered offense here as Conley's going to launch a 3 from the right side, and that's no good left. Long rebound tracked down on the weak side by Williams. She'll hand it off. Dandridge is going to drive. That's a great fake. She dishes it right back to Stromberg, and it's a foul by Conley. Tried to steal it away, got a little bit too much arm. Conley picks up her second. Preston will go out. Sproul will come in. Sproul playing 6 minutes. Haven't seen a ton from her. This is already in the bonus for both teams. First one is off right from Stromberg. That's her first free throw attempt of the year. She lists in her bio that she is a proud member of the National Honor Society in high school. That's her main high school accomplishment for her, and this one is also in and out, and Sproul will get it. So an empty possession for Radford. Conley's going to try to drive middle. Now she's cut off. Hands it back to Shabtai. She'll slow things down. Dandridge guards her above the key. Picks up her dribble. Now Nenadic. Looking for someone to hand it off to at the top of the key. Dribbles right, look inside for Conley. She's going to go up. Great adjustment from Conley. Went in with the left hand, switch to the right last second. She lays it up and in. That's a career high with 20 for Fiona Conley on 7 of 13 shooting. 3:20 to play in the third. It's 46-42 in favor of Radford. Right side, it's Haywood. She's going to pass it inside. That's going to be stolen away. Well, Stromberg had the inside and then poked away by Conley. Shabtai corralled it, and then Shabtai is fouled by Haywood. That is going to be her third. And now we'll walk 80 feet down to the other side of the court. And Shabtai is going to get 2 shots. Shabtai on the year, she is a 2 of 4 free throw shooter. Hasn't had a ton of time at the line. Not many free throw shooters for Valpo. The first one is short. Chance to cut it to a 1-possession game, though. Valpo has been right in it for the last 15 minutes or so of game time. The second one is up, and this one's good, so it is a 1-possession game. 46-43 in favor of the Highlanders. Valpo backs off the pressure. Williams will be able to take it up the court easily. 3 minutes to go in the third. Now Von Schlegel pressures as soon as she gets across half court. Now feed inside to Carlson, working on Sproul. She's going to go up. She's going to be blocked by Sproul and rebound by Shabtai. Valpo could tie with a 3. She dribbles right. Conley in the corner. Inside to Nenadic. She's going to turn. She's going to go up on Stromberg, and it's no good. Gets her own rebound, though. No, it's a held ball, and it's going to stay here. Nenadic had it first. But then Carlson stripping from behind. 4 hands on the ball. It's a held ball. It'll stay here for Valpo. Did they call a foul? The officials are discussing. It's a technical foul on Milana Nenadic. What? Comes to her right. Guarded by Von Schlegel. Now gets it back to Carlson, top of the keys. Making a 2-possession game. 2:07 to play in the third. 50-46 is the Radford lead. Valpo hanging around. Stromberg hands it back off to Williams. Now it's Dandridge working from the left corner. She's going to drive the lane. Kick to the right corner. Carlson wide open 3. That's long. Rebound Conley. Can Valpo cut this to a 1-possession game? Conley dribbles to her right. Hands it off to Von Schlegel. She's going to hand it off to Sproul. Thinks about the 3 again. She's going to drive. She's going to be stopped, and she almost traveled. And now Conley will get it in the end on the right wing. Reset with 15 on the shot clock. Winch comes up for the screen. Conley doesn't use it. Goes the other way. Trying to go into the lane. Kick to Sproul. Now into the corner. It's Shabtai, but it's out of bounds. And Valpo asking for a tip. The officials are going to discuss this. And it's going to go to Valpo. That's a good communication by the officials. The initial call was to Radford. Overrule by the baseline official. The entire Radford bench stands up. Can't believe it. They want to review it. But I don't believe there are going to be reviews today. There's no real broadcast, just a stationary camera. Nearly stolen on the inbound. Shabtai gets it back. She's got 2 to shoot. She's going to launch it, and it's going to be an airball shot clock violation. So not much going there for Valpo. Here comes Ellie Taylor back into the game as Haywood will go to the bench as Valpo returns to the whooping 1-3-1. Top of the key for Carlson. Now into the corner. Taylor's going to drive. She feeds it inside. That's a nice dish off to Dandridge and an easy layup. Got behind Winch and 2 more. Back to a 6-point lead. 52-46. Minute to go in the third. Shabtai hands it off to Conley on the right wing. She'll dribble back to the middle. Looking inside for Von Schlegel. She's going to go up and no call. And it is taken away by Williams. Now wide open 3 for Carlson. This is a big shot and she hits it. That's a big shot for Radford. Kate Carlson makes it a 9-point game right as Valpo is getting back into it. It's a 9-point game. 35 seconds. Shabtai calling for a screen. None is coming. She's shaking her fist aggressively. There's still no one. Valpo has no idea what they're doing. This is a very poor offensive possession. Now gets it to Sproul. Sproul, it's 8 to shoot. Shabtai asking for someone. There's still no one coming. Kick to the corner, and it's stolen away by Williams. That's a bad possession from Valpo. Quickly up ahead, Dandridge is going to be not fouled by Conley, and it's going to be a missed layup. And now Shabtai will try to push the pace. She goes back. Might have gone away with a double dribble. Kick to Conley. Conley's going to launch a 3, and that's long. Von Schlegel is going to put up at the horn, and it's not going to, it is going to count. Wow. There's no way that was off in time, but the official ruling is a made basket. That was about a full second after the horn went off. End of the third, and be back in 60 seconds for Van Wagner. This is the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
When you need trusted electrical professionals, who do you turn to? Powering America's team of NECA and IBEW contractors can help. All of our electricians have 10,000 hours of on-the-job and classroom training to ensure the safety of westindiana.org for a complete list of contractors, experts in residential, commercial, industrial, voice, data, video, and renewable energy projects. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org. Safely powering Northwest Indiana.
Sit back and relax with Royal Excursion. We are celebrating 20 years of serving the Michiana area with reliable transportation for any occasion. Travel in comfort and style for weddings, team events, parties, winery tours, and day trips to Chicago. The opportunities are endless. Journey with Royal Excursion and create memories along the way.
Live on WVUR 95.1 FM and streaming on WVURTheSource.com, you're listening to the Valpo Sports Radio Network.
At UChicago Medicine, breakthroughs in science lead to advancements in care, from cutting-edge research to exceptional clinical treatments. UChicago Medicine is shaping the future of healthcare every day. Back here in Cleveland, 55-46 is the lead for Radford, as the Alia von Schlegel little underhanded layup as the buzzer was waved off upon review. Did seem to be clearly after the buzzer, and upon review, that is the official ruling. Will be Valpo ball to start the fourth. They've got to find a way to battle back. They are down 9. Very much a more competitive game than any other game that Valpo has played away from home. I believe the closest was, 32-point loss against Detroit or something like that. It has been a very difficult season. All of them have been above 30, I'll tell you that much. Except for that Milwaukee loss, which is at home in overtime. Neutral site. Valpo, can they get win number 1? Still looking for it. Kylie Witoshik is back in the game. She inbounds to Huffine. Now it is Nenadic trying to drive. She'll turn around, and that'll be short. She gets her own rebound, though. She's going to go right back up, and she's going to hit this one. So Nenadic, a good job following her shot. 7-point lead for Radford. Williams taking her time. Now top of the key, gets it right back. It's a wide open 3. That's a great ball movement, but it's a long rebound, though, is corralled by Simonson. Kick to the right wing. That one is long as well. And somehow Jenkins is going to get the rebound, reaching over Witoshik. No call, not enough contact. And so a third chance for Radford. As Williams tries to drive the paint, nearly stumbles. Now we'll reset it. It's a fake by Simonson. Oh, what a good move, but that one's short. Well, she really had Nenadic in a spin cycle, but can't finish the layup. Now Conley with the rebound. Now she's stopped in the paint. She'll reset with Huffine. Shabtai now will feed it inside to Nenadic. She's going to work on Jenkins. She's going to kick to the corner. Witoshik's going to step back, try a 3. That's no good. Rebound to Williams. Wide open look. Witoshik has really struggled this year so far. Can't hit that one either. Passing the corner for Jenkins. She puts her foot behind the line, does not take the shot. Now swung around. Taylor to Williams. Feed inside now for Simonson. Gets it to Williams. Oh, she's wide open on the left wing. You can't leave her open, but she hasn't been hitting them today. She's one of the best three-point shooters in Radford history. Not hitting today, as that's another rebound from Nenadic. Hand off to Conley. She's going to launch it through. That's way left and short. Well, that's not the greatest shot Fiona Conley will ever take. Rebounded by Dandridge. Quickly up, now driving the lane. Hand back to Simonson. She's going to get it all the way back to Taylor. Wide open 3. That's a way long. Doesn't even hit rim. Huffine is going to dribble it into the front court, and Courtney Boyd's going to call timeout, try to reset here. And this is a 30-second timeout that we'll keep it here since it's a 30-second timeout. We'll see if they make an immediate timeout or not, but this is, as of now, a 30-second timeout. Valpo down 7. They've been very much in this game. The point where they really struggled was about halfway through the first to halfway through the second. That 10-minute period where Valpo started that up 2, and then by the end of it, Radford was up 13. It's a 15-point outscoring period for Radford. But since then, Valpo's battled back. They tied it briefly in the third. Now down 7. The Valpo men over in Valparaiso, they are down 11 against Southern Illinois. That is really a concerning result in action. 12 minutes to go, still plenty of time for Valpo to come back, but man, they are shooting just 28%, 15% from 3. So something to keep an eye on there. Over on WVUR, our official flagship station of the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Here we are in Cleveland, streaming on YouTube. We will have supposedly a on-air broadcast on Friday. If it's not that, if you're just hearing music when you turn in, try to check the YouTube. It might have to be moved to there just because of staffing. It being Thanksgiving break, our WVUR staff has done a fantastic job all year, and hoping that they are having a great Thanksgiving break, as we hope you are as well. This ended up being a media timeout, but we are keeping here as our Radford radio, so it's not just us. 8:06 to go in the fourth. 55-48, Radford leads. Fiona Conley for Valpo, 20 points of 7 of 15 shooting overall. Something that's kind of been the theme for her this year is that she's been much better driving to the hoop than shooting the three. She's just 3 of 21 coming into the game from three. She's 2 of 7 today, so make that 5 of 28 on the season, but she's still shooting 57% from two. So maybe you want her to drive a little bit more. She loves to shoot the three, but perhaps asking her to drive a little bit harder. It's helped her today, as well as 4 free throws. Valpo's 13 of 14 from the line. It's something that's been successful for them. Radford's 5 of 10. Can Valpo extend that advantage, get back into this game? Valpo ball in front of their own bench. Preston inbound to Huffine. Looking for Nenadic. She will get it. On the right wing, hands it off to Von Schlegel. She's going to drive right. Now she's going to work in on Carlson. She's stopped. Kick out to Huffine. She's going to launch a three, and that's way short. Huffine not much of a shooter. Her first shot of the day. Now quickly up ahead, Simonson. It's going to be stolen away by Preston as she tried to get it back out to Stromberg. We haven't seen Simonson and Stromberg on the court together yet until now. Shabtai's going to drive in. She's going to pull up. She's going to be way short, poked in the eye, but no call. Nenadic will get her own rebound. She definitely traveled, not called. It was, in the end, stolen away by Simonson. She gets it back to Williams. Radford will slow things down. They'll try to bleed clock up 7. Now feeds it to Stromberg. Williams sets the off-ball screen to get it to Carlson. She's going to launch a three, and she's going to hit. Wow, Kate Carlson, she's been pretty good from three. 4 of 7 now. She's got 12 points, and it's back to a 10-point lead for Radford. And off to Von Schlegel. Valpo needs a response now. Nenadic, top of the key. Guarded by Stromberg. Couple dribbles to her right. She's looking for Shabtai. Eventually gets her. Now she'll drive. Cut off. And will reset. She's only got 8. Again, an empty possession for Valpo. Nenadic the screen. Back to Nenadic. She's going to have to shoot the three. And she hits. Oh my. Milana Nenadic. An unlikely source of 3-point production. 2 of 7 on the year now. Knocks down her first of the day. Back to a 7-point game. The whooping 1-3-1 is back. Skip into the corner. Carlson wide open, gets Shabtai off her feet, but recovers fast enough. Now they'll try it again, and Carlson will try the three again, and that one's short, and it's going to be off the shot clock, and it will go to Valpo. That's a bit of the risk with that 1-3-1. That three is really playing high up about free throw line extended, and Carlson's just camping in the left corner. So if you can get that skip pass, she's been able to have some open looks. Really clogging up the lane, but still that option is open for her. Winch comes back in, and she has the ball at the top of the key. Von Schlegel, right wing, fakes the three. Now she's going to drive. She's going to go up, and she is too strong, and it is rebounded by Williams. Quickly push it up ahead, and now it is wide open three for Nice, and that is good. 61-51 hitting from that left corner. That's where a lot of the points have been coming recently for Radford. And off to Conley. Conley's going to try to drive from the left. Now she's going to feed it inside to Winch. Skip pass to Preston on the right corner. And that three is long. Rebounded by Nice. Valpo needs a stop and a score quickly. Williams, top of the key. Feeds it in because she pushed her. Williams, her second foul. So there's the stop. Valpo needs a score, and a few of them. Down 10. 5:23 to play in regulation. Shabtai from the right wing. She's stuck. Now tried to feed inside. That was Preston feeding inside to Winch, but it's poking away. Stolen away. Now it's a travel on the other end from Taylor. She just took one too many steps, trying to go a little bit too fast. Another turnover. The 11th for Radford. Valpo's had 20. That is once again the problem for Valpo. 5:10 to play. Shabtai on the right wing. Gets the screen from Preston. Now kick to the right corner. Conley thinks about the three. Now she's going to drive, tries to spin. She's stuck. She needs some help. Gets it to Preston. Now she's going to drive from the right side. She's going to put up a little floater, and that's good. Kayla Preston. Nice little bucket there. Cuts it to 8, under 5 minutes to play. Ellie Taylor across half court. She's going to dribble right to her coach to get instructions. Now she's going to go. Working on Von Schlegel. Kicks it to Nice in the right corner. She's stuck there, needs a little bit of help. Eventually gets it to Taylor. Looking around to the left, handoff to Carl. And Autumn Dibb comes. Shabtai is going to be fouled. 1% for Southern Indiana, 29% shooting for Valpo. In fact, here, both teams shooting better than the Valpo men are. Radford, 34%. 25% from 3, 5 of 10 from the free throw line. For Valpo, they are 33% overall, 23% from 3, 93% from the free throw line. It's been their for their free throw line, their best game, 13 of 14. As we got the official ruling, it was a reset of the game clock to 52 seconds. There will be Valpo ball on the end line. Extend this game. As a reminder, Valpo back in action on Friday. That's the 28th at noon at Central Time, 11:45 pregame show here on WVUR or WVUR YouTube. And then versus St. Bonnie on Saturday at noon. Radford will stay here for the tournament as well. St. Bonnie on Friday at 4 Eastern, 3 Central. And they'll have Cleveland State on Saturday at 4. The second game of this tourney coming up after this, Cleveland State and St. Bonaventure. That's at 5 Eastern, 4 Central. And now Fiona Conley will inbound for Valpo. Gets it to Huffine. They're going to need to do something fast. Huffine gets the screen from Sproul. Gets it right back to Sproul. Sproul's going to try to drive. She's cut off, almost loses it. Now she's stuck, gets it to Winch. Winch, they need to do something quick. Long pass is going to be stolen away by Nice. That was a slow, easily readable pass. And now Valpo's going to have to foul. I haven't fouled yet, and now there's the foul from Shabtai. That's a lot of time off the clock. Both by Preston on the inbound. 11 seconds, Valpo needs a steal. And it will get to Carlton the line. A 70% shooter on the year. Her first free throws coming for the day. But she has led Radford with 14. You talk about just how balanced this Radford team is. The points can come from anywhere. The leading scorer, Angelina Nice, only has 5. Simonson with 12, though. Carlson with 14. She averages just 6. First one is up and good. Back to 10-point game. 9 from Anna Stromberg, who was averaging less than a point. 9 from Anna Stromberg, who was averaging less than a point coming in. 9 Jenkins with 9, averaging 6 coming in. Second one from Carlson is no good. Rebound Preston. This will be the last possession for the Beacons. Shabtai bringing it up. Tries to drive. She's going to try to kick it to the corner. And Huffine now to Sproul, who will launch a 3 at the buzzer. And it's good! Kennedy Sproul, what a day. Well, that's by far the best day of the D1 career of Kennedy Sproul. 11 points on 4 of 7 shooting. 3 of 6 from 3. And that'll make the margin of defeat a little bit less as Sproul finishes there. They're going to review this. This feels unnecessary. This one did get off in time, I believe. So the teams are standing waiting to shake hands, and the officials are saying no. We have to review whether or not the final score is a 10-point Radford lead or a 7-point Radford lead. So they'll go to the YouTube. And it's good. So the final deficit is 7. And now they will shake hands. Overall, a pretty good battle from Valpo. They finish losing 68-61 to a Radford team who picks up win number 5 on the year, a very talented Radford team. Valpo can't be too upset about this. Of course, they struggled early, which really made that difficult to come back. Of course, we didn't even mention Macy Rhodes was transferred from Radford. Now, she has not been playing all year due to injury for Valpo, but she comes up and gets plenty of hugs from the Radford bench now. We will have a post-game interview with Courtney Boyd as she gets her little stat info. And she'll be coming up here. So as we switch headsets and get ready for this, Courtney Boyd falling to 0-6 in her D1 coaching career. It's been a difficult start, a very difficult schedule, a very hard schedule overall for the Beacons. It will continue to get harder the next 2 days with Cleveland State here and then St. Bonaventure on Saturday. But your final here in Cleveland, 68-61 in favor of Radford. And now, head coach of the Beacons, Courtney Boyd. Coach, a couple of big attempts at that comeback in the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, each time just not able to quite get it done. What did you like that was better in that second half, end of the second quarter, than perhaps when Radford was up 13 halfway through the second?
We showed a little bit of fight today, which was fun to see. We've been in those positions before, and we've put ourselves back, and then we can never get out of the hole. So I think that was a really good thing for us. It allowed us to kind of figure out who can get the ball. The other thing that I liked was we were able to get into our bench a little bit. So when we got into our bench, it didn't hurt us defensively. It actually benefited us. And so when that happens, we've talked a lot in the last week and a half about defense, holding a team to 68 points. We hit a couple other shots, then it's a game. We can hold people to 68 points and give ourselves a chance to win. So I was very happy with our defense for the majority of the game, and I think that's what kept us in it. A three here or there, a couple more times at the free throw line, like coulda, shoulda, woulda, but you got to take care of the basketball. 25 turnovers isn't going to get the job done.
Fiona Conley, one of the senior leaders of this team, 21 points for a career high to go with 8 rebounds. What did you like from her as she took the point guard position for much of the day?
She showed a lot of toughness today. They guarded her hard. She had to make some tough shots. She got herself to the free throw line. I know she's going to be kicking herself about the one free throw that she missed, but the thing that I like the most is she turned the ball over one time and had 8 rebounds. So yes, 21 points, thank goodness, because it puts us in a much better spot offensively. But for her having 8 rebounds, it allows them 0 second chance points, especially when 8 of them came on the defensive end. And so we really rely on her. She played a lot more poised today and with a lot more confidence. I was very happy with her being a senior for us today.
And then last thing, you got a Thanksgiving tournament here. What's this like being with the team for Thanksgiving and just 2 more games, but also Thanksgiving tomorrow? What are you looking forward to?
I really do enjoy being around this team. I know we're going to make the best of tomorrow after we get done with practice and prep for a tough Cleveland State team. So I think we're going to have the ability to make a few memories. That this team is really good at it. We're just hunting that one win, and once we can get over that hump, I think we'll be in a great spot.
All right, thank you, Coach. See you Friday.
Thank you so much.
And that was Courtney Boyd, head coach of the Beacons, as she falls to 0-6 in her D1 career, but certainly an encouraging showing away from home here in Cleveland. As she mentioned, a couple things different, and maybe the result goes a different way, but Valpo will have 2 more chances, once on Friday against Cleveland State and once on Saturday against St. Bonaventure. We'll keep it here as we wrap things up here from Woodling Gym. Valpo falling 68-61. Fiona Conley leads with 21 points, 8 rebounds. Milana Nenadic, after getting injured in the first half, she comes back, plays 14 minutes, 9 points, 7 rebounds from her. And also Cam Winch, 6 points, 8 rebounds in the bulk of the other 5 role minutes. Kennedy Sproul, a career high 11 points to go with 3 rebounds in just 13 minutes. Very encouraging performance from her off the bench, which was a strength of Valpo's today. It's something that they haven't had a ton of. But Preston, 7 points, Winch, 6 points. Sproul 11 for a total of 28 bench points. And for Radford, 12 points for Georgia Simonson. She couldn't miss in the first half. Cooled down, but then it was the Kate Carlson show. 15 points, 4 of 9 from 3, 5 of 13 overall. And then a balanced stat sheet overall. Across the board, 6 rebounds each for Jenkins, Nice, and Stromberg, as well as 3 assists for Joy Williams, who was held to only 6 points, but is able to run the offense well. Radford will have St. Bonaventure on Friday. Valpo will have Cleveland State at noon Central, and a pregame show beginning at 11:45 a.m. We hope to see you back here on the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Tonight's postgame show was brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. LBJI is proud to be the official team physicians of Valparaiso University Athletics. And we hope that you tune in here to the Valpo Sports Radio Network this Friday, November 28th, as the women's basketball team will be here again for Game 2 of the tournament here on the road against Cleveland State, live on WVUR, as I will have that call for you at 12 p.m. with the pregame show starting at 11:45 a.m. Central Time. I want to give a quick thanks to our sponsors who made today's broadcast possible, including Lakeshore Bone & Joint, Royal Excursion, Pepsi, Wings Etc., Compass Counseling, Indiana Beverage, U Chicago Medicine, Papa John's, and IBEW. Today's presentation of Valparaiso Women's Basketball has been an exclusive presentation of Van Wagner Sports Entertainment. The general manager of Van Wagner Sports Entertainment for Valpo Athletics is Tuesday Monchen. This broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Valpo Women's Basketball on the Source 95 WVUR 95.1 FM, and any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of WVUR is prohibited. The general manager of WVUR is Sean Batson. The sports director for WVUR is Jack Hutter, and the assistant sports director for WVUR is myself, Eli Conklin. Once again, your final score here from Woodland Gym in Cleveland is Radford 68, Valpo 61. I'm Eli Conklin. Thank you for listening to another presentation of Valparaiso Beacons Women's Basketball on the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Enjoy what is left of your Wednesday. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy it. Spend some time with your friends and family, and we will see you back here Friday. Don't text and drive, and we will say so long from Cleveland, Ohio. Good night.
That was another presentation of Beacon Athletics on WVUR The Source 95, the Valpo Sports Radio Network. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of 95.1 The Source is prohibited. We thank you for listening to today's contest as we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming on WVUR The Source 95, the official home of Beacon Athletics.